Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about a website called TryHackMe.com. I've been using this website for a few years now, and it's helped me out tremendously when it comes to learning about cybersecurity. You can learn about offensive security, such as penetration testing and ethical hacking, and you can also learn about defensive security and how you can protect yourself and how you can defend on networks. So I'm going to start by first sharing my screen and showing you this website. Okay, so here's the website. It's called TryHackMe.com. And if you click under Learn and click on Learn again, you can get to these different types of learning paths. And I consider these to be different types of courses that you can go through to learn about cybersecurity. The easiest one you can start off with is this one called Introduction to Cybersecurity. Here it tells you that you can learn about different careers in cyber, hack your first application, defend against a live cyber attack, and explore security topics in the industry. You can move on to other areas of TryHackMe, and these are different learning paths. There's a junior pen tester. There's a pre-security. There's a SOC level 1 and SOC level 2. There's security engineering, DevSecOps, red teaming. There's one dedicated to the CompTIA Pentest Plus. There's one for a complete beginner. There's one for cyber defense. There's one for offensive pen testing, and there's one for web fundamentals. And if you scroll down, there's cloud training, and you can get an AWS add-on and learn about the cloud. And then at the bottom, they have modules, and these are all individual modules where you can learn different techniques and tools that are specific to cybersecurity. Like there's one called Linux Fundamentals, and it'll show you everything about Linux. And if you scroll down, there's a lot of them here. And way down at the bottom, there's also networks that you can connect to and find different vulnerabilities on. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen shortly, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when you first log in to TryHackMe. Okay. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do on this website for free, but if you pay for a subscription to this website, it'll give you access to everything. And it'll also give you access to your own Kali Linux machine that you can use for hacking and defending. So I'll show you that in a little bit here. Okay. Okay, so let me go back and share my screen. And if you're looking at my site, this is what it looks like when you first log in to TryHackMe. You'll notice that I'm currently in a learning path. And if I click on view the path, you can see which one I'm doing right now. It's called Complete Beginner. But if you go back to the dashboard, it'll show you how many hours you've studied within the last 7 days. And it'll also show you your rank. Okay, so this rank, it shows that I'm in the top 8%, and I'm ranked 94,130. And this is out of roughly 2.6 million to 3 million users that are currently on the TryHackMe website. So I'm pretty far up there right now as far as completing a lot of these challenges and courses. Okay, I'm going to go to Learn again. And then I'm going to click on one that I've already completed. This one's called Introduction to Cybersecurity. And I'm actually going to go in here and click on Enroll the Path. But before I do, I'm going to just show you there's 3 modules here, 8 hands-on labs, and the difficulty level is pretty easy on this one. If you click on Introduction to Cybersecurity, is a huge topic, and it can be challenging to know where to start. This path will give you a hands-on introduction to different areas within cyber, including careers in cybersecurity, offensive security, hacking your first application, defending security, defending against a live cyber attack, and exploring security topics in the industry. Completing this learning path will give you knowledge to kickstart your cyber journey. This section, there's at least 3 sections here. The first section is Introduction to Cybersecurity, which covers Intro to Offensive Security, Introduction to Defensive Security, and Careers in Cybersecurity. In Section 2, it covers Introduction to Offensive Security, Web Application Security, Operating System Security, and Network Security. Section 3 covers Introduction to Defensive Security, Intro to Digital Forensics, and Security Operations. So not all of these are actually free. I believe all of these are free except for the last one that's called Security Operations. So in order to get this certificate of completion, which I already did, you have to actually pay for the subscription to this site so that you can pass this last section called Security Operations, and then you'll get this certification. Okay? And the subscription cost is a yearly subscription for me. I'm using a student account. So my student account gives me a discount, and it comes out to roughly about $100 a year to subscribe to TryHackMe. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Enroll in the Path. And since I already completed this one, I'm going to see if I can go back and redo a lot of these. Right here, you'll see that I can actually download my certificate, and it'll show you exactly when I completed this. So if I click on the download button, it'll download it and it looks like this. Like it showed me that I completed this one on June 7th of 2023. Okay. So I'm just showing you the certificate and what it looks like. Okay. Here, I'm going to click on Intro to Offensive Security. And then I'm going to go here to Options, and I'm going to reset my progress. And it'll say, you will keep your points, but all of your answers in this room will be erased. So I'm going to click on Reset Progress. And it just talks about what is offensive security for this first one. Okay. So offensive security, like it says here, it's a process of breaking into computer systems, exploiting software bugs, and finding loopholes in applications to gain unauthorized access. You might be asking yourself, well, how is this illegal? Isn't this illegal to break into computer systems? It's not actually illegal to break into computer systems if you have authorization to do so. Okay? If you don't have authorization to break into a computer, then it's considered to be illegal. All right. So I don't recommend breaking into computer systems. If it's for malicious purposes or for illegal purposes, please do not do that. Okay. And it says here, to beat a hacker, you need to behave like a hacker, finding vulnerabilities and recommending patches before a cyber criminal does, as you'll do in this room. So I'd like to think of it, for example, is if you really want to protect your home, for example, maybe you have something valuable in your home that you want to protect. You may want to try to find different ways of breaking into your home before a burglar actually breaks into your home. And some ways that you could protect yourself are lock your doors, maybe installing an extra lock somewhere, like a deadbolt lock or a combination lock or a smart lock, maybe installing some security cameras where you can monitor what's going on around your home, maybe even getting a dog or some type of a guard dog that's going to protect your home, from the perimeter around your home. You may also want to install an alarm system for your home, right? You want to think about all the different ways that you can break into your home and then protect those vulnerabilities, right? So the same idea goes with protecting your computers and protecting your networks. You want to try to find different types of vulnerabilities before a real cyber criminal finds these vulnerabilities and breaks into your computers. So this is what offensive security is about. Protecting yourself in a way that, hey, I know how to hack a computer. Now I'm going to use those skills to protect my computer. Right? So this is what we're going to do next. On the bottom here, it says, which of the following options better represents the process where you simulate a hacker's actions to find vulnerabilities in a system? Is it offensive security or defensive security? In this situation where we're simulating a hacker's actions, this will be called offensive security. And if you click the submit button, it's going to tell you, whoop, whoop, your answer is correct. Okay. It also shows you a streak down at the bottom. And there's different types of badges that that TryHackMe gives you. TryHackMe will give you a badge like a 7-day badge for completing labs consecutively for 7 days. You can also get a 30-day badge, meaning that you've gone into TryHackMe and completed a lab for 30 days straight. I have one of those as well. And there's also 180-day badges. There's also 365-day badges, and on and on and on. There's different types of badges that you can get. And every so often, when you complete one of these labs, you'll get a special badge letting you know that you successfully completed a lab that teaches you about a specific tool. So for example, I'm going to go over here to my account. And if I click under badges, these are all of the different badges that you can earn on the TryHackMe website. There's a lot of them, by the way. And I don't have all of these, by the way, but if you click under earned badges, you'll see the badges that I've earned. So you'll see that I completed a badge in Linux, Metasploitable, Webbed, a 7-day streak, a 30-day streak, OWASP Top 10, World Wide Web, Introduction to Security Engineering, and Skilled Navigator. So I have those 9 badges currently. All right, so my goal is to get as many badges as I can on this website. And my other goal that I have is if I click under the dashboard, I want to be way up there, like in the top 5% of this website, or maybe even in the top 3%. But the more that I do these challenges and hacking labs, the farther up I'll get in as far as ranking goes. All right, so right now my rank is 93,131. I want to get that down to the lowest number possible so that I can be in the top ranked for this website. Okay. So I'm going to click on Intro to Offensive Security, and I'm going to go back to this website. And the more questions that I actually answer here, the easier it's going to get for me as well. Here you'll see on the second example that on this second lab called Intro to Offensive Security, I just clicked on the lab and it automatically opened up this screen where it split it into 2 screens. It actually created this target IP address for me, and it also created a virtual machine that's running this website called the fake bank website. Okay. And you'll see it as an account user called Mrs. G. Benjamin with a bank account of 8881. There's 2 accounts that Mrs. Benjamin has here. One of them is a classic account with $1,232. And another one is a credit card that has a 0 balance. And you'll notice down here that right now, Mrs. G. Benjamin is in the negative, is in the hole with a minus $1,232.32. You can see the different types of transactions that Mrs. Benjamin has. And this is just simulating someone's bank account, right? And it says here, before going into cybersecurity careers and what offensive security is, let's get you hacking. And your first lab is to start your machine. And the second thing to do is, it says to open a terminal, right? So the terminal is actually found on your Linux system, and it's a little icon that looks like a command prompt, and it looks like this when you first opened it. It tells you to use a tool called GoBuster in order to find hidden pages on this website. So I'm going to type in this command called GoBuster. GoBuster space -u, and the U stands for the URL. The URL is http://fakebank.com space -w, and the W is going to specify a word list that we're going to use. And this word list is just called wordlist.txt space dir, meaning I want you to try to break into this fake bank website and use this specific word list to try to find hidden directories within this website. And when I click enter, it's just going to look for hidden directories. So let's see if it actually finds any. I'm going to scroll down on my screen, and it should show me that it actually found a directory here. It actually found two of them right here. It found one folder called images and another folder called bank transfer. Okay. So one of those is actually a way to break into the bank. All right. So what I'm going to do here is, if I scroll down, I'll be able to see that, you know what, there's actually a another folder here called fakebank.com/images. And if I click enter, I'll be able to see that there's an images page. And by the way, it says that the 404 page is not found, but there's also a bank transfers website. So I'm going to type in fakebank.com/bank-transfers. And it says 404 error found, but I think there's no S at the end. So let me remove the S and hit enter. And this is an admin page where an administrator can come in here and transfer money to and from different accounts. So this is what I'm going to do as a hacker. I'm going to go in and send money from one account over to another account. And if this is Mrs. Benjamin, and if Mrs. Benjamin is, let's say, a hacker, she can come in here and take money out of one account and place it in her account. Okay. So it says here, transfer $2,000 from bank account 2276 to your account, which is 8881. So I'm going to type in send from 2276 to bank account 8881, and I'm going to be sending $2,000. Okay. It actually froze up on me for a little bit, but I'm going to see if I can refresh this. Okay, I just refreshed it, and I'm going to click on the send money icon, and we're going to see if it actually sent money over to my account. It says success, transfer complete. You have successfully completed the transfer. Here are the details. Okay. I'm going to return to your account, and now I see that Mrs. Benjamin is no longer in the hole, $1,200. Now she has a total of $18,767, which I don't think that's correct. I don't think I needed to take that much money. I may have done this wrong. Let me go back, and I may have to redo this lab because I may have just entered 20,000 instead of 2,000. So I'm going to terminate the machine, and I'm going to try this lab over again and see if I could type this correctly the next time. I'm going to click terminate the machine. So this is a good idea. Let's say, for example, you got stuck, or let's say you made a mistake. We'll just go in and do it over again. I'm going to click on start the machine. It's going to take a few seconds for the machine to load. But again, this is simulating a real bank, right? It's not a real bank, but this is just a simulation of a bank's website that's vulnerable to attack. And the way it's vulnerable to attack is that there's a hidden administration portal that allows the administrator to transfer money to and from accounts, okay? In reality, an administration page should be protected with a username and password. In reality, an administration page should not just be protected with a username and password. It should also be protected with multi-factor authentication. There should not be a hidden page that allows anyone to just type in the name of the page at the end of the website. That's also another vulnerability. Now look at this. I'm going to do it again. Because I used a tool called GoBuster, it showed me that there was a hidden page called bank-transfer. That's not anywhere on the website, but because I used a tool called GoBuster, it showed it to me. It showed me that there was a hidden page like this. And with this page, I can move money from one account to the other. I'm going to type in 2276. This is just simulating someone's bank account and redirecting that money over to another bank account, which is our user. And I'm going to move over $2,000, and I'm going to click on send money. It shows me the details of it, and I'm going to click return to your account. Now that I see that I returned to my account, Mrs. G. Benjamin just received $2,000 in her account. She's no longer in the hole $1,200. Now she's in the positive of $767 in her account. And there's the transaction that was made by Fank Bank staff. Okay. So it says here, above your account balance, you should now see a message indicating the answer to the question. And the answer is bank-hacked. If I click on submit, it'll say, whoop, whoop, your answer is correct. So on the bottom, it says, if you were a penetration tester or security consultant, this is an exercise you'd perform for companies to test for vulnerabilities for their web applications, finding hidden pages to investigate for further vulnerabilities. I'm going to click complete. It's going to show me the green check mark. And then the last step is to click on complete. And that just shows that you've completed the lab. The last step is to terminate the machine. So I'm just going to terminate the bank by clicking on terminate machine. Okay. So you'll see that I've just completed 2 of my tasks for this website. And this lab really shows you a tool called GoBuster that you can use to find hidden pages. Okay. Task 3 talks about careers in cybersecurity. You don't need to provide an answer here, but it's really useful to read into this and just learn what you're reading. So it says here, how can I start learning? People often wonder how others become hackers, security consultants, or defenders, security analysts fighting cybercrime. And the answer is simple. Break it down, learn an area of cybersecurity you're interested in, and regularly practice using hands-on exercises. Build a habit of learning a little bit each day on TryHackMe, and you'll acquire the knowledge to get your first job in the industry. All right. So different types of careers are a penetration tester, a red teamer, or a security engineer. The penetration tester is responsible for testing technology products for finding exploitable security vulnerabilities. A red teamer plays a role of an adversary attacking an organization and providing feedback from an enemy's perspective. And a security engineer design, monitor, and maintain security controls, networks, and systems to help prevent cyber attacks. So after completing this lab, I'm going to click on complete. It'll show you a congratulations page like this. And then you can share it with others by clicking on the Twitter icon or the Facebook icon or the LinkedIn icon. You can leave feedback also, and you can also click on the next room, which is called Intro to Defensive Security. And if I click Intro to Defensive Security, it'll open up the next lab in the exercise. And remember, for the first one, there was an Intro to Cybersecurity, an Intro to Offensive Security, and an Intro to Defensive Security. Okay. As you can see, I've already completed this one. And if I go back to the dashboard, you will see green check marks all throughout my labs to show you that I've completed this. And you'll also see that because I'm a subscriber to this website, I get access to all of the labs. And I also got a certificate for passing this learning path. So I'll go back to learning path. I'll go back to learn and then click on learn. And right here under Introduction to Cybersecurity, if I click on it, again, these are the 3 modules. You'll see green check marks that I've completed all of these. And you can see my certificate right here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of this learning path, but I did want to show you something else here. Under learning paths, I would, if I were someone that wants to learn about cybersecurity, I would go through each one of these learning paths, but starting out with the easiest ones first, and then working your way on up to the hard ones. So for example, if you see ones that says easy, this is the easiest one. All right. There's one called pre-security that's really easy. There's another one called complete beginner that's pretty easy. And if you scroll down, there's another one down here called Web Fundamentals that's pretty easy. I have not completed all of these, but I have gone in here almost on a daily basis to complete something. And this is how I've gotten up the ranks on this website. See how it shows like I'm in the top 8%. This didn't happen by accident, and it didn't happen all in one day. This happened over the course of many days throughout the years, all right? And it just takes some dedication. You got to be dedicated, and you have to be willing to do this. You have to set aside some time every single day to work on this website, all right? And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. It's like riding a bike. It's like driving a car. One day I just didn't get behind the wheel and start knowing how to drive. I had to practice it every single day to get better at it. Same thing with walking. If you're a baby, you have to first learn how to crawl, and then you learn how to get up and start walking, right? So also under practice, if you click on practice, there's also capture the flag challenges that you can do on this website. There's also some really popular challenges. And if you click under series, they also have some really interesting series of tools that you can learn about. There's also one under penetration testing tools. It's pretty easy to do. And this one will show you tools like Hydra, like Nmap, like Wireshark, like Metasploit, Python. The list goes on and on. This is a really good series if you want to learn about some cybersecurity tools for penetration testing. All right. And then there's also a leaderboards page. There's also a development page where you can go and develop your own labs. There's also an education page. There's a business page. There's a swag shop page where you can buy stuff here as well. There's a career hub. There's also a place where you can buy vouchers. This site is really great. And I definitely recommend it if you're a beginner and you want to learn more about cybersecurity and start getting your hands-on learning. This is a really great website to learn all that. All right. It's called TryHackMe.com. I've been using it for years. I don't go in here on a daily basis, but I try to go in here regularly to complete either a lab or a few labs or an entire module. I've noticed that for an experienced user, it usually takes anywhere from about 20 to 30 minutes to complete something in here. If you're a complete beginner, you may want to spend anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour a day on this website to get familiar with some stuff. All right. For the subscription, I only recommend using the subscription if you're actually going to use it. If you're going to get the subscription here and you only touch it once and you never touch it again, you're pretty much wasting your money. You're throwing away your money because you're not investing in your learning. And what I would recommend for y'all to do is, if you really want to learn about cybersecurity and you have the passion for it and you have an interest in doing this type of thing, sign up for an account, pay for the subscription. It's $100 a year, and make it worth your money, meaning get as much out of it as you can by logging in on a daily basis, by completing some of these labs, by reading the material. You'd be amazed at how much you'll actually learn by going through that website. All right. Okay, that's all I wanted to show y'all today. Thank you all for joining, and I'll see you next time.